Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my page. Here, I'm going to teach you guys how to actually analyze the market because find out that most people don't actually know how to analyze the market, and that's one of the biggest problems for traders nowadays because they don't actually know how to get a directional bias. I'm going to explain you guys my strategy. It's range volume theory. I basically trade range and volume, so that's why my strategy is range and volume theory. So first of all, for those people that don't actually know much about forex is actually buying and selling of digital currencies and other metals like gold and silver. That's about forex. So right now what I'm going to teach you guys is how to understand trend line. This will be a series, but first of all, this will be more on the trend line. For that, as some advanced traders, so you understand how to add trends to your trading strategy, because trend is very important. Likewise, support and resistance is very important. Alright, my strategy is range and volume theory, but I also use trend line to get my directional bias, and also to be able to tell myself what the market is about doing at this time and everything about directions and price. So now on the clear chart, I'm sorry, I have some few sectional indicator. That's why my chart, it's not that clear. It's showing a lot of lines, so you gotta bear with me. This is just my indicator. So this is on Zord USDT. This is gold. This is the chart for gold because I trade mainly gold. And this is a clear chart. This is on the daily time frame. But first of all, this will be a top-down analysis, which is from top to bottom. So we are doing our analysis from top to bottom. So first of all, we need to know the direction of the market, what the market is actually doing at that particular time, and everything. You understand? So at this point, you can clearly see you mark out from a weak low to an high in order for you to know the trend of the market. So now this, you can clearly see this week actually caused a shift up here to clear this high. You can clearly see this week, this body candle caused the momentum, or we can actually choose this or this, whichever you prefer, but I'll choose this. So they caused this move upward to take out this high. So we'll start our first point will be here. When picking our trend, we'll mark out from here upward, and your trend must pass from two lows, a minimum of two lows. Your trend must correlate with two lows, like aligns with two lows. You understand? So you mark out two alignment low. You can clearly see now I mark out here. Now let me show you something. This is where our trend started from, right? You can clearly see it also aligns with this one, and also this one that the trend actually broke. So now you can clearly see from the higher time frame we are in a bullish we are in a bullish move, right? From the higher time frame we are bullish, but you can clearly see the trend has shifted. That is the importance of trend line. You understand? So the trend shifted. This, we are going to mark our trends, okay? They are very important, very important. Mark out your trend. You can see this is our major trend line. This is our major trend line. First trend has been broken. The bullish trend has been broken. Likewise here, there is another bullish trend here. So you can clearly see, marking out our trend to know our directional bias. Remember, trends is for directional bias. Trends are for directional bias, for you to know the direction of the market, the trends of the market, how the market is moving. So now you can clearly see that we are in a downtrend currently. You can see the reason why we're a downtrend at a point of time. Remember the all-time trend. Let me put it as uh, the main trend. Yeah, should be the main trend, which is the main trend. You can clearly see this is our main trend, which we are bullish on gold. If this trend is broken, then we automatically becomes bearish on gold. This is our main trend, all-time trend, which is bullish on gold. So if we have a price push downwards to take down this guy, then trends has changed. We are bearish. Simply means the market is bearish. You can clearly see we're bullish till price took down here, so we are bearish at this point. Like I said, my strategy is range and volume theory. With time I would explain more further on after this shift, because at this point we are dealing with a new range, which I will explain better as the series progress. With this alone, you'll be able to learn how to navigate the market. You learn how to trade properly without, I'm not asking anybody for money or anything. Understand? I'm going to teach you guys the way I can, so you understand. The only thing you do for me is follow this page. That's the only thing I would ask you guys to do for me. Follow this page, like and comment and share. Whichever thing you don't understand, drop questions in the comment section and I'll try my best to explain better. Okay, so now you can clearly see the main trend is bullish. We had another, should I call it a sub trend? This is a sub trend, a sub bullish trend. Let me say a sub trend. Let me call this one a sub trend. A sub trend. Okay, so this is a sub trend that was also bullish, but it got broken, and now you can clearly see with this we are in a new trend, which is a bearish move. We are currently bearish. This guy was taken out. Now we are currently bearish. With this trend, you can clearly see the market is bearish, right? So with this alone, you can clearly see that we are actually bearish from this side, but bullish from this side. So if you're trading from this zone. You're trading from here to here. If you're taking any trade, remember our main trend is bullish, but we have a bearish trend from the top side. You understand? So now we already know from this analysis we have gotten the direction of the market, which is we are bullish, but a bullish subtrend was taken out. So now with this we are bearish at this point. Remember, the all-time trend is bullish, but right now what we are dealing with is this trend, which is bearish. This guy was taken out, so now we are bearish on gold till this guy is taken out. You understand me? When this guy is taken out, finally, if this guy is then we are ultimately bearish. The all-time trend will be bearish, but for now we are bullish from the main trend. The sub trend has become bearish, so we are dealing with the bearish sub trend at this point. So now let's go to the lower time frame. This is the daily time frame. You can see D1. So let's go to 4H. Okay, remember main trend, which is this guy, is bullish. The sub trend has been broken, so we are currently bearish. Understand? So we are currently bearish. So now we need to mark out our trend, 4-hour trend line. So you can clearly see from this 4-hour, we mark out from here. Okay, you can see. Are you seeing it? You can clearly see that we are bearish. Okay, from the 4-hour we are bearish, which is first point second point, and there is no new third point. You understand? This you would have to learn what we call candlestick formation. That you, I think you go to is it baby peeps? You go to baby peeps and on the internet. When you go to baby peeps, I think with that you'll be able to learn few things from there. I'm not going to teach you from the scratch. I'm just going to teach you on how to get your directional bias. Understand? From this first part. But as time goes on, I'm not going back to the preliminaries, the basics. I'm going to teach you. This is a kind of at least should I say advanced, because you need to know the preliminaries for you to align it with your trend line in order for you to understand fully what I'm trying to communicate here. Okay? And with my strategy, you would learn something new. I don't do with other blocks though. It doesn't matter, but my strategy doesn't. You wouldn't hear me say something like other blocks or breakout blocks. I don't do ICT or SMC. Strategy is range and volume theory. Okay, so you can see from the 4-hour time frame we are bearish on gold. Okay, we are bearish on gold. Take note of that. So now we are still bearish. We are still working on this. Our trend is bearish. Okay, so now this is our directional bias. We are bearish. If this guy comes to take this guy upward up, then we will be bullish. We'll be looking for a buy, you know, because a break, a retest, and a distribution. You understand? So if price, this is no longer valid, okay, because we broke it, but I just needed to explain better. So break, okay, retest, and the distribution. This is our major guy. So if this guy breaks, then we will have a big bullish move that I think would go for the all-time high of gold. And this is the all-time high. You need to mark out all this. These are key points. You need to mark out this. This is the all-time high of the price on gold. The all-time high. Okay, we will put it at 80H. Okay, so now we are bearish from that trend. This doesn't include my strategy on how to take my daily trade. I'm just telling you on trend line and to probably get your directional bias. This is not your daily directional bias. Sorry, your like intraday trade directional bias. I'm just telling you about the market. So currently, ultimately gold is bullish, but the sub trend currently on gold is bearish. So you can clearly see we are bearish on gold currently. So that is all for today. This is how you go to other chart and mark out get your directional bias on price and everything. So this is all we have for today. I believe this series will continue. I'll be posting it and I'll be explaining it gradually, and I'll be teaching gradually. All you can do is just like, comment, and share with friends. I'll be teaching you guys gradually from time to time. You get to understand, and I will introduce my strategy to you guys, and that's just it. Thank you for watching. My name is Epic.